This election is about every little boy inspired by a party chair who looks like him, and every little girl who will finally see a president who looks like her.
A message from the chair of the Democratic National Committee and former chair of the South Carolina Democratic Party. Jamie Harrison was one of several speakers during night one of the Democratic National Convention with ties to the Palmetto State. Congressman Jim Clyburn also taking the stage. He thanked President Joe Biden for his service and for endorsing Vice President Kamala Harris to succeed him. Take a listen to what he had to say about the differences between Harris and former President Donald Trump.
While Trump has been looking out for himself and his billionaire buddies, Kamala has been fighting to lower costs for all Americans. And while Trump falsely pleads ignorance of Project 2025, which in my opinion is Jim Crow 2.0, Kamala has been offering the American people enlightened proposals and visionary leadership.
Day one full of remarks from some of the party's biggest names. Christine Frizzell in Chicago with who made surprise appearances and what to expect the rest of the week.
Vice President Kamala Harris surprising the crowd, also thanking President Joe Biden for all he's done and will continue to do in service to the country.
It is so good to be with everyone this evening in this hall.
The Democratic Party's future taking the stage ahead of the current president, who came to pass the torch.
Are you ready to vote for freedom? Are you ready to vote for democracy and for America? Let me ask you, are you ready to elect Kamala Harris and Tim Walz?
The man the Democratic National Convention was supposed to center around, instead giving a gracious speech the first night, with a focus on accomplishments he and his vice president made together.
We've had one of the most extraordinary 4 years of progress ever, period. When I say we, I mean Kamala and me.
Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez also spoke Monday about the historic nature of Harris's candidacy. Meanwhile, outside the convention center, multiple pro-Palestinian demonstrators arrested after breaching a security fence. Thousands of protesters are in Chicago this week, calling for major changes in the Biden administration's policy on Israel's war in Gaza.
What are you hoping comes out of this?
We're hoping to build a mass movement because we know that the source of change will not be from within the party.
Former President Donald Trump, meanwhile, kicked off a battleground state tour in Pennsylvania. His stops for later in the week include Wisconsin, Nevada, Arizona, North Carolina, and Georgia. In Chicago, I'm Christine Frizzell.
The latest 538 polls show Harris with an almost 3-point lead over Trump. The current vice president is sitting at an estimated 46.7%, with the former president sitting at an estimated 43.8%. 538 averages results both state and national polls. These numbers are from August 18th, so just before the DNC kicked off. The latest ABC News, Washington Post, and Ipsos national poll also showed Harris in the lead. Among registered voters, Harris and her VP pick, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, lead by 5%, holding 50% of the vote. That's compared to Trump and his VP pick, Senator J.D. Vance, who hold 45%. In the meantime, top U.S. intelligence officials have determined Iran was behind the hack of Trump's campaign and the attempted hack of the Biden-Harris campaign. The hackers also allegedly leaked Trump campaign documents to several news organizations. The FBI has briefed Trump about the hack. Democratic campaign officials say the hackers were unable to gain access to their operations. U.S. officials say their investigation is the clearest sign yet of Iran and other countries' attempts to try to influence the 2024 presidential election.